Hi, this is Michelle, Books and Fabulous Business Solutions, and we've been talking about content creation. And you can create content all day long, but where are you going to put it? Where do you want to, reach your audience? And so that's what we're going to talk about today. The first thing you need is a website. You need a place to store your content, to express yourself. The cool thing, the great thing about a website is you own it, you control it, it's yours. It's your name, it's your brand, it's your colors, it's your passion, it's your vision. And it also establishes authority and tells your audience and the world that you're a grown up and you're really serious about what you're doing. And it gives you a constant presence as a bright and resourceful professional. So it increases your value over time. Now you can use Facebook and Tumblr and LinkedIn and all of that for your content, of course. You can use them to help get your word out and promote, but you don't want them to be your sole place where your content lives. And I'll tell you why. Because those sites come and go. Who knows where they're going to be in 5 years? And if they're going to be free or if they're going to be, how high the professional aspect is going to be. Plus, you can actually be suspended. I have a small business owner who was suspended for 60 days. I had no idea why. So she couldn't get to any of her content, couldn't post anything, couldn't comment, nothing. So they're good, but you don't want that to be your sole place. So the bottom line is you need a website or at least a landing page. So when you're building your website, first thing you want to do is get hosting and get a domain name, which Fabulous Business Solutions can help you with both. Check other sites under your name or your business name to see. Just because it's not taken doesn't mean there's not somebody else out there already using it. So you want to control what people see when they Google your name. Okay. And by putting your name in there, then it ranks you higher at the top of Google when someone searches it. So use your name throughout your content because that will increase your search engine optimization. Put content and your portfolio and links to other stuff that you've done that maybe go to other websites to kind of spread your message out. Show your personality in writing. Be friendly, interesting, professional, not snarky and unethical. Don't I learned this kind of the hard way because I was looking at placing ads on my website because it's a little extra revenue, and it couldn't hurt. But in actuality, don't do that. It slows down your site, its loading time, which affects your SEO and the user experience because they're constantly clicking to get rid of this thing that's in their way. Plus, there's little or no control of what types of ads they may be getting, and it may go totally against your brand values and vision. So let's say you already have your site. Okay, so now what? Well, obviously put content on that site. Try and post 3 to 5 days a week. Look for ideas from others. Look for what's going on in the world. Anything that will make it relatable. Also, get a security. Now, even if you don't take payments or money or anything, if you have a product or service or a nonprofit and take donations, then you definitely want security. And the security is when you look at your URL, there's a little lock right by the name. If the lock is locked, then that's a secure site. If the lock is unlocked, then it's not. And it's at higher risk of being hacked. So by getting the security, one, it gives me, the user, confidence because if I can see that your site is not secure, that means that some really good hackers out there could get into my stuff as well. So it's not very expensive. I think we charge $25 or $30 for a year for security. And it prevents the hackers from compromising your sites, and a monitoring service, which we also offer, gives you the peace of mind and saves you time. So when you're looking at your site, also, how does your profile picture look? Is it 100 years old, like your high school picture, and you don't even look like that anymore? It should look professional without being boring or stuffy. It should look like you on a good day and reflect your personality. I know I've gone to meet people and I'm like, that's you? It doesn't even look like that. So make sure that you have a really great profile picture. Make sure that your about page is great. has, if you write it, then your vision and your passion and your mission is all going to be there. But you want to make sure that it's really edited well. You don't want a bunch of run-ons or typos and I mean, if you're not a writer, have a staff editorial person or an editor write it for you. Or there's even AI programs out there where you can put your general information and then it'll write it for you and you just tweak it. So those are very cool. And but make sure that everything is edited and published. And every piece of content that you post needs to uphold your editorial standards. So if you let other people post, make sure that what they're posting is in line with your brand's vision and mission and values. You can have, if you take, like I have the magazine, so I take submissions. I have submission guidelines that people need to follow to stay within what the publication is all about. So you can have that. You can have, formatting, measurements, and all of that put on your site so that people, when they do submit, they know this is the criteria that we have. Images are important for content. We talked about a couple of days ago that you want to have several things with your content. You want to have text, an image, audio or video, and a relatable message. So images are huge for content and they play a big part in content because people tend to be visual people. And if you bundle your text and your image together, kind of like with a little mini headline, their eye is going to draw right to that, and then that's going to take them the rest of the content. So that's a little option that I find very effective. But more than anything, make sure that you have permission to use that image and give credit to the image that you're using. Even if you're using a royalty-free image, somebody drew it or illustrated it or took that photograph, and they deserve the credit for their talent. Also, make sure that the style throughout the whole website and all of your content, yes, it's different information and it all needs to be presented in different ways, but you have a house style that we recognize this is you always have a title and a subtitle. You always have a picture, a title, a picture, and then a tagline. Something, and carry these styles throughout your site and your blog, because how you present yourself and your information is key to your audience. And don't write a whole big ton of stuff. Think about something that you could break up into bullet points, or just somewhere create a space for the reader to breathe. Like I said, nobody's going to want to spend 45 minutes reading one thing. So rotate your style too. Maybe one day do your long editorial post, and then one day do a pretty graphic, one day do a message, one day do an offer. I have on the Fabulous Business Solutions some content creation ideas, and I also have a calendar. So like one day of the week you post behind the scenes, one day of the week you post an offer, one day of the week you post just information. And so I have that on there as well. And those are free resources. So when you're creating content, again, get a website. If you don't have one, we can do one. If you have one and you'd like us to look at it, I put the link below to get the website detection inspection. And we can't wait to see some of your content. So have a fabulous, fabulous day.